Young Daniel Pincente knows what it's like to play the tune of a 20-year-old. He lives with his middle-class Italian family in Brampton, Ontario, but he's rarely home. Working full-time in sales keeps him busy. So does his weekly commute to the city, where he studies biology at the University of Toronto. And if there's time, he might just get in a piano lesson. But there's something about Daniel that nobody knows. Daniel might have a disease, and not even his family or even Daniel knows about it. There are no symptoms yet, but Daniel isn't going to waste time finding out. Today, Daniel is getting tested for HIV.
I haven't had an HIV test in a really long time. I've been active for so long sexually, and I really feel it's time.
The first step was making an appointment at the hassle-free clinic in Toronto.
We are Canada's largest anonymous HIV test site. When we test, we collect no identifiers from people. We ask for a first name so we can call them something.
What's mandatory is a pre-test counseling session to discuss the risks.
We ask them, the sexual history, any intravenous drug use to see if there's any risk for HIV.
I think I've been very safe. There have been a couple of times, and I know having a lot of trust in the person isn't the excuse for your life.
Of course, depending on the risk, we'd also prepare them for a positive result, just in case.
If I have HIV or not, I think my life would be ruined. I'm very nervous about the test right now. A lot of people are coping with it, and it's just something that I'm really fearing right now.
Daniel chooses the HIV rapid test, which delivers results in less than a minute.
Most people choose the rapid test. Daniel, we just discussed the rapid test, and I say, are you okay with that? Do you want me to actually go ahead and do the test?
I think it would be best to do the rapid test. I really want the results now. I'm really nervous.
Okay.
The counselor prepares the test.
Hopefully everything will be fine. I know you're a bit nervous, but
I'm very nervous.
We discussed all that, and I'm sure it'll all be okay.
A prick on the finger, a blood sample, then it's off to the lab. Mixing the blood with 3 solutions reveals the results. The appearance of 1 blue dot means a negative test, 2 blue dots, a positive test. Daniel's result, 1 blue dot, a negative test.
Daniel, it's non-reactive, so let me show you the test. One blue dot.
Oh, when I found out I was negative, I was so flooded with joy. I feel so relieved. I'm never having sex again. I'm never. Maybe.
Just make sure you take the condoms from here.
Oh, are they free?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and don't forget the lube. We've got some lube out there. Great.
HIV infection is still a growing concern here in Canada. Experts say that in Toronto alone, there are roughly 2 new infections per day. The group that's affected the most is still men who have sex with other men. For the first half of 2008, Ontario saw a 12.6% increase in HIV infections amongst men who have sex with men. Ontario holds a high infection rate in of itself, with 1,076 new HIV infections in 2007. 625 of those infections were reported in Toronto. Still no cure and difficult to talk about.
I think it's just a stigma. It's very hard for a lot of people not to attach, all these other preconceptions.
Do you ever talk about HIV with your friends at all? No.
I always get tested at least, 3 or 4 times a year.
When you're ever with a partner, do you discuss HIV beforehand with them?
No. It's a side of the world that people don't want to look at.
We found our subject Daniel through an ad we posted on Facebook. We also posted ads on websites like Craigslist. While the replies were many, the participants were few. One email read, "I don't think I'm brave enough to participate." While another, "There's too much stigma surrounding HIV/AIDS."
There is still a lot of blame attached to those who contract HIV.
Toronto's gay community has made leaps in tackling HIV stigma, with websites, television ads, and billboards like this.
I think it's difficult for some people to openly speak of HIV and AIDS because it is looked at as kind of a forbidden, taboo kind of thing. And society has kind of labeled it something that's really wrong and something that's really not palatable.
Daniel says that the best way to be proactive is to just get tested. For xtra.ca, I'm Michael Pihach.